Micah, Van and Melanine, and well met indeed. I'm Arak here, Galadurthan, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to Divide and Conquer as we continue on as Ered Luin. We've just taken Numinas, and we are now preparing to take the last two Dunedain strongholds in the north, Fornost and Bari Donionac. One, I believe Fornost has a sizable garrison, Bari Donionac less so, with the information we have on hand at the moment. Our army is relatively depleted, though, after the Battle of Numinas, having to slog our way through the city, so it will be some time before it's ready to move on.
Aye, my liege.
Fredin, our newest come son, is moving on to Oinsgate to take up leadership there, but the real thing that is interesting us is we are 5 turns away now from the Balrog coming.
My king, an honor.
Otherwise, I think we are at an end turn, actually. Yeah, we are. So let's go ahead and do that. So, in discussion with, well, in reading all of your comments, and in discussion with RK on Discord, or rather, reading RK's position, it would seem that the Northern Dunedain are going to be able to upgrade Fornost and Numinas for the foreseeable future. So, the Northern Dunedain will be, their 3 possible upgrades will be Fornost, Numinas, and Tharbad in time, when Tharbad is created. And Gondor will be able to upgrade Osgiliath, and I think at the moment Tharbad, but possibly if there's something we could look to do is use their 3rd slot to finally upgrade Minas Ithil, which is requested all the time. So perhaps we can look into that. Oh, Erebor's been retaken. Oh, well done. Oh, and Angmar have grown to be very powerful indeed. Speaking of Angmar, we're getting siege. Yes, that's what we wanted, Barketta. Ideally, we want to have recruitment closer to the front than it is at the moment. Because it's a little far away right now, isn't it? Also, somebody did ask about why do we get Gabilgathol Guard and not Azagald's Tomb Protectors, and it is because, of course, the Ered Luin overview video that I did contained an error in that if you reject the rings, you unlock Azagald's Tomb Protectors in place of Grimborn Reavers. So as we have accepted the rings, there will be no Tomb Protectors in this series. I'm just thinking about, instead of going down the armor line, it might be an idea to now finalize the mining complex here, because it makes a shed load of money. So let's try and get that built. Now, if we don't build anything, we should be able to get it in no trouble. So we'll go for that. But other than the fight of the Balrog, I don't think we're going to see combat in today's episode, I'm afraid. Because we don't really have anywhere to go that we want to attack. I mean, we could move on Bari Donionac, actually, and try and take that down now, but then Fornost might move in. I'm surprised that Bree are coming for us when Dunland now holds the Northern Shire. Bree still have Western Shire, but Dunland hold the southern side as well, and the forces of Ered Luin have Emun Bride, so Bree are well and truly out. But an army like that is a little disappointing to see. But no, I think we will move on Bari Donionac. We've got the army, we've got the forces. So let's pull out the troops that need to and head north. So, Oin, you... No, actually, I like all 3 of you being together because you each offer a different role as a general. So, we're going to leave behind maybe 20 of them. 20 of them. Ah, yes. Oh, we massacred everyone, didn't we? Yes, so it will like us. I've said this many times, and many of you will know, and it's futile really saying it again. But the upgrades are locked by faction.
Aye, Lord.
And by that I mean town upgrades are locked by each faction. So we have locked off the top 2 tiers of castle and the top tier of city, which means each nation can have 3 unique upgradable settlements that are unique to them. However, a number of those unique slots have already been used to create existing custom settlements. So, for example, for Hamgathol and Gore's Hall. So, what I'm deterring here, or what I'm cutting off at the pass, if you will, is when people say, I'm playing as the dwarves, why can't I upgrade a Numinas? The dwarves are the best architects in the world. They would be able to. But for the dwarves to be able to upgrade a Numinas, we either have to sacrifice their ability to upgrade somewhere else more unique to them, or we lose the ability to have somewhere set up unique at the start. Now, what we do try to do as much as we can is the starting settlements, like Minas Tirith, like Osgiliath, those places. Or Osgiliath's not a good example because it upgrades, but like Barad-dûr, the Black Gate, Minas Tirith, places that won't upgrade. We try and use nations that will have no bearing on to create those. So, for example, I think We use a lot of the wild men nations. All the last stand army of Bree has just kicked in, and Rohan's leader is dead. We've got a gift. There's an awful lot going on this turn, isn't there? Jeebus. Theoden is dead, and Rohan has been destroyed. Oh, and I didn't read that Theoden is dead message because that is the script message, isn't it? Whoops. I forgot to read that. So, for example, places like Isengard and whatnot, we try and set them to be wildmen cities because wildmen don't get anywhere near the top settlement sizes. And then that frees up the nations that can upgrade to actually get proper upgrades. But to have the dwarves upgrade those places, they can only have 3 places to upgrade anyway. And which 3 do you assign? And are you then foregoing the ability to upgrade somewhere more important to the dwarves? Which isn't really true, actually, because the dwarves don't upgrade anywhere, do they, now that I think about it? Can you build me a pub? And Thorin's Halls, or Gore's Hall? Yes, you are building the mines. That's perfect. Once you're finished with the mines, I suppose you might as well go for the Great Roads to maximise the benefit of those mines. Gehuzanar, I would very much like, with the money that you've got... None of the above. Nothing there's really all that useful, to be honest. An armourer is the only one that's actually going to give me any money. We've already got the highest tier grain exchange and whatnot. Smoking house. Now this is entertainment. Ah, no, yeah, look, we've only got the inn. What if we do entertainment on this side, though? No, we can't. Of course, there isn't an inn in a castle. Let's go with the miners' quarters for now, the town hall instead. Verhamgathol is building, Garth Heligoth is building, Quiros. But Ostgelon, you're not building. Because you've got nothing to give. Same with Nar's Tomb. Oh, no, Nar's Tomb is upgraded. Oh, no, it hasn't. Ignore me, sorry. These are all things that you can get in villages. Oin's Gate. You can upgrade, and roads would be ideal over here if I can get them, and then try and get a feast hall. Forlond is building a couple of things. Harlond is building roads. That's all going quite nicely. Bree did not move on us, and they have retaken the Shire North, which is good for them. And we should now be down to only 3 turns left. Yes, so we give it another end turn as the army moves into position. So now, as I'm actually saying that out loud, we could have the dwarves upgrade some of the Northern Dunedain unique settlements and then spread the current existing custom settlements out amongst other factions. But it's just a balancing act, and it's also a lot of work for a very minor gain. I mean, if you're playing as the dwarves, are you really all that bothered if you can't upgrade a Numinas? Something that I think was misconstrued in my point yesterday regarding the Northern Dunedain is whilst, yes, we are going to allow the Northern Dunedain to upgrade a Numinas and Fornos, I won't change. I will back down on that, primarily because of Arcade's points, which, of course, you aren't privy to. But Arcade's points were valid, and we are a team. It's not a dictatorship. And so they will keep those. But the point that I think was misconstrued is that whilst, yes, you might fight at Fornos and Numinas a lot more than 1 or 2 times, how often will you fight in those places after you have upgraded the settlements? That was the point I very poorly made and should have worded better. Because you don't, in my experience, fight in them very much after you've upgraded them, because it takes so long to upgrade them that by the time you've done that, they're no longer under threat. Oh, it can't get a catapult until we're a castle. That's so annoying. Oh, siege. And it also needs a steelmonger, which is after the ironmonger, so we're not too far away on that. But it's not going to be a castle for a long time. So that was a bad position to go for that building, actually. We should have got the Ballaster Maker here. It is 25% Dwarven, though, and we're only 8, so there's no point building it yet. We can't get anything out of it. But we might as well chuck a Ballaster into the mix if we can. Let's go with the Stoneworkers Hall because we can afford it.
Aye, sire.
You guys are moving out.
Aye, my liege.
But I'd rather get that under siege. Oh, hello. Oh, it's fallen to Angmar. Ah, I see. Right. Angmar have closed in and tightened the noose quite tightly indeed. They completely surround that area now. You can be retrained. Let's chuck some more pikemen into the front. For Hamgathol, can I take any more pikes? Not the good ones. Not the good ones. And they're getting the Miners' Union. Relations have improved with the clans of Ered Luin. Oh, that's good, because we border them, and I don't want them to hate us. We are now but 2 turns away. It's coming soon. Now, there is a little bit of, unfortunately, a little bit of a bug that seems to have occurred that I have absolutely no idea how to fix. And that is that the Balrog seems to be ignoring his own dedicated battalion, and instead he becomes the general with a bodyguard of catapults. So the way it's set up, the Balrog has a custom bodyguard that we've assigned in the campaign script file. But when he spawns, for whatever reason, and this happens sometimes with cavalry and non-cavalry in certain scripted armies, but when he spawns, for some bizarre reason, he doesn't use the army we've set as his bodyguard, or the battalion we've set as his bodyguard, and he chooses a random one, and in this case, it's catapults. And I don't know why it happens, and it's very frustrating, and it may well happen today as well, and it's something we've got to look into as to try and stop it, because it's really annoying. A suitable husband. Yeah, go on. Husbands I will take, because it helps keep the family going. They came by foot and by wagon they came. The ground shook as the countless siege machines trundled across the pathways and fields of Eriador. After 2 long years, the armies of the dwarves came to Ered Luin to put us down. They were undone. Here, against the mighty pillars of the earth, we stood our ground. We resisted their volleys time and time again, and with the almighty strength of our crossbows, we endured. Now, one dwarven nation stands head and shoulder above the rest. Let all the world look on in awe and know the dwarves of Ered Luin are supreme. So that's the message to tell you that the ring script has concluded, but as you can see, that needs to be... I need to fiddle with the script a bit more because we didn't actually fight off the dwarves, we allied with them. So I need to reword that script a little bit. So that will be reworded before version 5 comes out. Right, cracking on then, and do we declare our war with Angmar now?
Aye, sire.
Or do we wait? 29 of you. 43 of you. There you go. Swap those out. Direct upgrade. Because I'm thinking if we declared war on Angmar now and hit them while the Northern Dune Knights still hold Fornost, then that gives the Angmar at least something else to think about. Yeah, I think that's the best way to go about it. Right. For good or ill, the time is now.
Always happy to deal with you, trusted friends.
And cancel that. Cancel everything. There we
You
are.
obviously care naught how you treat us.
I do not care how I treat you, no indeed. And now your cities will be mine.
By your will, sire, we shall engage.
Right, Thulin, get yourself back to Barketa, where you should be able to upgrade in a few turns. Or replenish, I should say. Replenish. I think otherwise, though, we can just end the turn now, can't we? Ah, Frerin, you finally made it to Orange. Oh, wow, and you massively increased the wealth. We make enough money that doesn't really matter that we've just turned on our enemy. We only get 1 free upkeep here. Dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. We could really do with upgrading that then. Miners' quarters, there it is. Let's get at least both of you upgraded. Although we can't actually currently recruit the Ered Luin militia. So now that Frerin's there, let's pull them out because they're a waste of everyone's time sitting in there. We need to begin construction of an army to retake Basradum so that we can actually train the unit that we're about to get when this turn ends. So we need to think about that soon. Otherwise, though, everything is going relatively nicely. And end the turn again. Right, so Basradum, we are about to build the second level of the halls. We're about to have fully mapped the second tier of the vaults. And we will soon reap our reward. But first, we have to face our enemies head on. Which we won't do, of course. We will instead run cowering away, which is why we've put a pathetic little garrison inside there, so that we don't have any trouble at all. Nothing to worry about. There will be a playlist soon for the Rovanian videos that I've uploaded, and it is going to include the little overview video that I recorded as well. So you'll be able to see those in a playlist soon. And by soon, I mean it's probably already been created by the time I made this video. Aha, there we are. Their armies have spawned. And as you can see, you don't get a choice. It's one of those types of battles that people often really hate, where we force you to fight it. And so here we go. Start deployment. Welcome to the ruined city of Basradum. It is a battle map you will all recognise because it was present in the Third Age Total War, but it has been slightly tweaked and improved by Arcade to have a slightly better layout so the AI can handle it a bit better, which I believe is that road there. I don't think that was there before. And also it now has a gate down here, which helps the AI to no end. But out here on the field before us, there are some catapults ready to shoot at us. Now, the AI really wigs out with these catapults, as you'll see in a second. And it's another thing that I just can't fix. And it's really annoying, but they do it anyway. Anyway, then there's some goblins behind. Then there is a veritable bounty of trolls. A A cornucopia of trolls, we shall call it. And then afar at the back is the Balrog himself. Now this time it's worked as intended. Ah, no it hasn't. Because of course the Balrog, this actual thing here, which represents the actual Balrog, if you'll pardon how derpy he kind of looks, can't do facial animations, so they have to just be pinned in a roar. He is not the actual general. This is one of the side effects we always knew was going to happen. And we went with the lesser of two evils. So to have a workable Balrog, he is the officer of this battalion, but he's not the actual general. The general is that fellow just there who is supposed to be with the Balrog. But for some reason, as is shown here, he joins the catapult crew. So if that guy were to die, then the Balrog, in inverted commas, actually dies. The actual Balrog is not the general. Now, that is how it has to be. So you can't moan about that, I'm afraid. Well, I mean, you can, but we'll ignore your moans. And then there are a lot of heavy goblin halberds supporting, but that is not all. If you are able to kill off that vast army, then many of you will have seen from the battle map, the map in the corner already, there's another army standing by. Heavy goblins again, and another cornucopia of trolls, supported with even more catapults. It is very much designed that you do not win this battle. You are supposed to lose, and if you are able to win through determination and strength, then well done to you, sir. You have proven yourself as a true dwarven master. When, of course, this campaign is released to you all. But for now, all we can do is wait, because those siege units there are going to shoot the gate. Ah, now it makes sense. That's why the second catapult unit stands at the back. Because the general has joined with that catapult unit. And the general always stands at the back. But I don't know how to stop the general spawning with the catapults and not with the Balrog, which is what he's supposed to spawn with. So that's just a nuisance.
Our enemy has broken through the gate.
Oh dear, they've taken a lot of us down just through siege. That's why you don't stand at the gate either. Now, of course, the Balrog, this is a prime opportunity to talk about him. The Balrog is just a very powerful unit of trolls. So, a Balrog, it's been renamed to. They have a 67 attack to 58 defense and 7 hit points. Normal trolls have 42 attack, 30 defense, and 5 hit points. They are substantially better than normal trolls. And the officer of any unit always takes the stats of the unit he is with. So the Balrog has the same stats as these trolls. So he is powerful as well. But of course, as I say, the actual Balrog, to kill the general that is the Balrog, you have to kill that fellow there, who has a slightly unique design because he is supposed to be only present when the Balrog's army and troop battalion is present. But in this instance, of course, for some reason he's jumping over to control the catapult, and I just don't know why. But anyway, the trolls are going to be the first through.
To our defense, or all is lost.
Oh, sorry, no, the heavy goblin infantry are going to be the first through, and then the Balrog climbs through them from behind. The trolls march through like it's absolutely nothing. Remember, trolls are not cavalry, trolls are infantry, and so is the officer that stands with them, which is why he just sort of knocked over himself. But the alternative is to have 3 Balrogs on the field, which I never liked, so we much prefer this setup. And also it means that he doesn't crash the game, as is being shown here. But anyway, let's go back to time 6, because this is over. They are going to slaughter our troops, charge the cavalry in. You'll see their reinforcements are coming through now as well. It's just carnage, isn't it? Absolute carnage. We shouldn't really fight it, we should exit now, and I probably will, to be honest. We don't need to see them just kill off our army, and it is going to lag hard as well, because there's a lot of units on the field.
General shames us all. He flees battle while his soldiers still fight.
Oh, the general runs the pike run, and there they go, we will run. We killed 42 of the units under the command of the Balrog, the terror of Middle-earth. And Egfrid, his second in command, who is an orc. Of course, they are a rebel army that attacks you, and the rebel armies... the general is given a random name. Although we could give him a name actually, and that's something that I should do so that he won't be pulled from the pool available to the rebels, which is just the Northman pool. So you won't have an orc called Egfrid. Righty ho. So awakening. Oh, I can't read that. Oh, because the icons are going through. There we are. Breland have been destroyed. Bree fallen. Mordor supreme. They want us to take Hobbiton. Food is besieged, and for some very annoying reason, I can't actually read the Awakening. We need to put in a delay then, so that just takes a bit longer. So, Basradum, they built the vaults, but then obviously they fell. You're building a building, so that's okay. Orcs of Gundabad don't like me because of what I have done, and there we are. And annoyingly, I can't read that message because for some reason it popped up first. It is set to pop up after that battle, but I think what I should probably do actually is set that to pop up after, or maybe have that pop at the... No, I don't know. I can't think I can do that. Anyway, I shouldn't think about that, ruminate about that while I'm recording. But I need that message to appear in a different way because, as you can see, I now can't read it. Which is annoying. It's interesting that Bree died. They must have lost their through family tree. Again, regicide. Takes even the best of us, does regicide. It takes even the best of us. Angmar have not attacked yet, but they are pulling a lot of forces in. And they've got lots of battalions here, but their unit size is tiny. Look how small the garrison actually is. I don't think they have very many people in each of those. Unfortunately, the High Elves continue on their gambit, or their... but their great quest to continually ensure we do not get benefit from trade with the sea. They will keep that up. Let's get some real units. Let's, in fact, get our army ready. The Balrog's attack cannot be ignored. Have you got 25% yet? Yes, you have. You will be able to build me that straight away, won't you? You need a steelmongers. We haven't even got an ironmongers here, have we? Oh, yes, we have. We've got an armourer. Blacksmith. Yes, we've got the steelmongers already. So I'm thinking if Oin's Gate builds the Ballister crew. 6 turns for the roads, but roads are very important. Nar's Tomb is where we really need roads. That's very disappointing that I can't get it. For Hamgathol, what are you building? You're not building anything. So, and you only take 2 turns. Perfect. So if you would please, 4 turns, and then we can get the catapults, and we can get them from Hamgathol. So if you can change your recruitment, because we need our army to take back our lands. So those troops can go out and head off from Heligoth. But if I can take your best units, please. I don't want trash now. So that's pikes and armor piercing. That's what we want. Pikes, 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 pikes. Plenty of pikes till the cows come home. Do you have the biggest tier of Town Hall here? You do, don't you? Yes, so that's the most we're going to be able to recruit. And who are you? Noi, you must have come of age. You must have come of age. We haven't got the... No, the buildings that we're building there are fine. We'll continue to siege Bari Donyonak till they attack us. No point risking ourselves. If you could, once you've built your roads, give me an ironmongers, and let's... have you got a town hall as well, and a miner's quarters? And you got a pipe hall already, that's all we need. And let's put a unit in there so we can get Kuri to move out, and he can become the garrison commander of Bari Donyonak.
Aye, sire.
If I can take your troops, move them to the front.
Aye, noble sire.
We've got some units here that we don't really want in the battle. 35 of you can pull away. How much room have we got? We've got 3 new units coming in, and all of them are worthy. So 35 of you could definitely go. I think 29 and 48 of you, if we send you back to be retrained, that would be better. So let's head there, take those 3 out, and we'll replace them with those 3 in a turn if we haven't been attacked. That'll work all right. And otherwise, I think that's all we need to do. It's such a shame. Hi, where's our Where's our best diplomat? Oh, he's talking to her. He's miles away. Ho hum, humdy 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 ha. Go and find out what's going to happen with Brethil. Hello there. Would you like an alliance? I don't really want an alliance with you, actually. Oh, that's Captain General. That's their faction heir. Oh, wow. Just walking him around on his own. That's a bit risque. Risky, I suppose. Risque has a more... more of a... an adult connotation. End the turn! Right, I'm going to head over to Imladris, and we are going to try and get peace, a ceasefire with the High Elves, so they'll stop besieging my ports, because surely they can't be interested in besieging my ports when I'm fighting their enemy, when I'm fighting Angmar. That can't be first on their list. So we'll try and get a ceasefire with them. Our relations with them are so-so now that we aren't attacking them directly anymore, so that's okay. And we're also miles away from them now, so they shouldn't really be bothered about us. So we'll ceasefire with the High Elves, get the trade back, but it's really now just a case of what is Angmar going to throw at us, because Bree have fallen, the Northern Dunedain are still there, and so are the High Elves, but they're both very weak, and we will now be Angmar's chief enemy. Oh, and Angmar have ships as well, the bastards. That's very annoying. And we won't be able to stop those. A Balrog in the vaults. We thought only one survived. None believed more of these beasts escaped the wrath of the Valar and the drowning of Beleriand. We were wrong. The riches of Beleriand are once again out of our reach, and they lie in the hoard of a thing far worse than any dragon. A Balrog of Morgoth. This is our time, however, and where our ancestors failed before, we shall succeed. We will not rest until that beast is slain. Sound the call to arms. Send emissaries to our kin in Moria and Erebor, and, providing we have agreed a military alliance, they will surely answer this call to glory. Erebor has been besieged. Cairandus is under attack. Right, we have already secured an alliance with... Gehusanar. What did you just build? I didn't even read that. A miner's quarters, right. We already have an alliance with our fellow dwarves, so they should send the reinforcements that we seek, which we had laid the groundwork for some time ago. So that'll be nice. We'll have some solid reinforcements coming through. It should be the very next turn, to be honest, actually. They should spawn on the next turn, because it's now checking have we got an alliance with them. If so, spawn an army. Oh, click on... Oh, we can't recruit anything in Oin's Gate. Yes, we can. So why wasn't the recruitment button working? I think my mouse is getting worse and worse and worse, but it's like a 60 quid mouse. I've seen the videos of how to stop it doing the double click thing, and I do not have the steady hand required to fiddle around with the little spring that notes and detects clicks. Oh dear, Angmar are coming. Captain Wuftana. Right, Bari Jonionach, do we think you actually have anything? Oh, I think we should still meet them in the field, to be honest. We have a sizable army with good units. And Wuftana is certainly coming for us, isn't he? Let's be honest. So that'll be alright. We can await him. Right, that unit that just retrained. I don't have much use for you. So if I could get you to move out and you go to the front. Oh, no, actually, no, because we're about to get two useful supporting generals from Erebor and Khazad-dûm, who are both still alive, aren't they? Yes. Fortunately, they have Erebor as well, don't they? They've lost it, but they retook it, so it should be all right. So it's just whether or not Wuftana is going to attack us here. I think he probably will. But we end the turn again as our diplomats all manoeuvre into position. Now we get some really exciting units from Erebor and Khazad-dûm. And as I say, they should both spawn straight away because we've sought an alliance already. Something that I don't know if I've mentioned before, but something I do want to jazz up about this script, as people have suggested, is that, number one, if you accept the rings, war with the elves should be instant for the AI. So when the AI plays as the dwarves of Ered Luin and they accept the rings, they don't normally break their allegiances, or they don't go to war. They break their allegiances, but they don't go to war with the Northern Dunedain or with the High Elves, and that's something I want to change for the AI. So that's something that's going to change. And also, I do think that if you reject the rings, we might put in a sort of Mordor attack against you. So even your campaign is affected a little, but nowhere near as severely as the accepting of the rings. Drangu the Bloody comes with an Angmarim army that we would likely have seen had we fought them at the beginning of the game. Not very good at all, and he's supported by a Fanuzir. A Fanuzir does not have anything but himself. Now, interestingly, they've gone for a nighttime attack. So only a Fanuzir and... So only these two at the bottom. They're both coming from the same direction. Drangu, of course, has Wargs as his bodyguard. So he's a better than average general. Grinfan the Conqueror. But what I am going to do is end the episode there, I'm afraid, and fight that battle at the start of next episode, because I don't have any time to continue today, sadly. And so this video may be a touch shorter than normal, and I apologise for that. But I've had to record it within a gap. So that's going to conclude today's episode. And indeed, that's your lot for Ered Luin for a week. And then it will continue on in the future. But for now, and until we speak again, Navar Nedem Pedamad Melonin, and farewell.